so that we've got a sync mark.
Hi, my name is Prince Jackson, and I'm doing this video to help make a movie with my grandma to show people the life about my father.
Okay, boys, ready? Ready. All right, so we're going to start from the beginning. Some very light questions. Tell me the earliest memory you have of your dad.
Well, a lot of people don't believe me when I say it, but I kind of remember, like, I don't know if it was the day I was born, but I remember bits and pieces of, like, I remember me being like a little baby, and there's this one place, it's like as soon as you go up the stairs of the ranch at Neverland, there's this couch that was by the window, and I just remember seeing my dad comb my hair, because I was born with hair, so he was just combing my hair with this silver comb he had, like, over and over, like, all day.
Sorry, I was just getting your hair.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, slide forward a little bit.
Yeah.
Slide, no, I'm going to slide forward.
Okay. Do whatever you need to do.
Hang on a second, I just want to...
For a second,
Okay.
so I can see you can. There you go.
My big old, my butt, you can't even move the chair back. Maybe I should just leave. I'm just a hindrance to this thing.
Is this the lowest I can go, Jimmy?
Did we have to pick that up, you think, or with Prince?
It would be a good idea.
You're going to need this for blanket. He's not going to talk loud at all. You're going to need like 3 mics.
Really?
This thing, you might just want to get that thing over there too.
Don't worry, we're hooked up. We're getting a little...
Yeah, no, he's going to be really low.
Is he
like,
quiet?
Yeah, shy.
Yeah? Has he always been that shy?
Mm-hmm.
How come?
Don't know. Just...
You're not shy.
No, I have a more outgoing nature. He's just like, he's shy, because I don't know why. Just, you know, people are who they are. But he's real soft-spoken, like when it comes around new people. But once he knows you, like, he's really loud. Well, like I said, it was, like, when you go in the house, there's a staircase. And on the staircase, there's this white couch, and it's in front of a window that overlooks the backyard, which had the lakes and the black swans in it. And it had like flower designs on it. And I remember my dad combing my hair, because when I was born with hair, he combed it with a silver comb. Not like a brush, it was like a comb. And it had, it was like a small comb, but it was like silver. And I just remember him combing my hair. And he always wore his red corduroy shirt.
So growing up at Neverland, what was that like?
It was kind of hard to remember it, because we like left early. Like when I was like 6, we left. And I just remember, like, we used to go to the zoo sometimes and the amusement park with our dad all the time. And I learned to drive on Neverland. My dad taught me how to drive in a GMC Yukon XL. And I started driving by just doing the steering wheel. And he did the gas. And I learned one of the most important lessons, where you don't drive fast and turn. From, like, something that happened almost. But he taught me how to drive. And then I started working on gas with the golf carts. And he used to take me all the time on ATVs. We used to go up into the mountains and just like relax. He named one of the mountains after Grandma, Mount Catherine, and then he named another one after Grandpa, and that's Mount Joseph.
That's nice. Just a reminder for the next question and to restate the question.
Oh, yeah.
I'll say when I was at Neverland. So growing up in this amusement park, did you think that was the way all kids felt?
When I was growing up there, I don't think like I thought about it that deeply, because I was like before like 7 years old, before I was like able to think about that kind of stuff. Or I didn't really think about like if there's anybody else out there. I just thought about like that it was me, my brother, my sister, if my brother was even alive at the time. But I thought it was just like us and my dad and everybody that like I interacted with on that daily basis.
So you thought it was like a private little...
Well, it was kind of like my own little world. Like, I thought that was the whole world right there. That was like everything I knew.
And so what was it like just having everything you needed when you needed it every day?
It was pretty, like, I thought it was like a normal thing that happened. You know, I didn't know about anything else that goes on. It just, you know, it was like it's part of a daily routine that you get used to after a while.
And what was your dad like?
My dad was, he was very shy when it came to small groups of people, but he preferred bigger groups. So like 10,000 or whatever amount of number he performed in front of. He loved to work on music. It was something that he constantly listened to, because he wanted to see what inspired new people to make their music. He always listened to like the latest hip hop radio just to hear what was going on with music. Then he'd call somebody up. Well, he'd have me call him up because he doesn't like know how to use a phone. And he would just call them up and tell them that he wants to start working on a beat like this. He'd get a beat like at 12 o'clock in the morning, wake me up and say, we have to make a beat. And I'd set up the computer for him and we'd make something. Well, he'd make it and I'd just like record it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And who taught you how to use?
The computers I kind of learned, but just by messing around with it, like because he didn't know how to use computers or phones or anything. Like I texted for him, he didn't even know how to use his own iPhone. But like for his computers, I learned how to use GarageBand. I was still in the middle of learning how to use Logic, and I still kind of am right now. And he mostly did that. I hooked up a Casio keyboard into it, so he played a little bit of the sounds on a keyboard. And then this was before he got in like a professional team. After he got in a professional team, they helped him a lot more. And I kind of learned how to use a soundboard on my own because like I just started fooling around with what the volume was and what the trim was and how each like knob and button worked around.
So, what kind of music did your dad introduce you to?
My dad introduced me to like all the music. I know most of my music because of my dad, because I listen to a lot of like old music from like the 70s, a lot of classical music. Like they all sound, the music from the classical era sounds the same to me. But I just know like they're really good music. And like they're nice to fall asleep to. He had it playing around Neverland all the time. It was a very like peaceful aura, but with like the music that I have from, he used to play a lot of cultured music. He used to play a lot of James Brown. He used to talk a lot about like Aretha Franklin, all these people like that inspired him to dance. And so most of my phone is filled with music that he introduced me to. Well, when my dad used to talk about James Brown, because when he was in the Jackson 5, he used to follow after James Brown. He used to watch James Brown. He told me that he used to watch how he moved his body to like dance. And he said that is one of the main things that inspired him to do the moonwalk. And like for other artists, he used to listen to their beats and how they use their lyrics to almost tell a story. He said music is like telling a story and dance is like telling a story with your body. So he liked to combine those two things and just give it to his fans.